Hi guys, I hope you all are fine. Today I am come up with a very great practical which is a combination of Kubernetes which with the and AWS and with the help of Terraform. So in this practical you can say task we will do installation of Minikube. After Minikube installation, we will go with the AWS and all these things will be done by Terraform. So Minikube installation, we can go with the local system. We will install this thing in our local system. Minikube, it's you can say it's Kubernetes, or you can say write it here like this is a mini cube of we can install this the local system. You can go with my YouTube video to how to install the mini cube in your local system. So after installation of mini cube, we will launch app or application which is norm a WordPress application, and we will launch this application on the pod, or you can say Kubernetes, with the help of deployment. So deployment or another terminologies will be come up when I will go for the code. So once the installation of Minikube completed, we will launch the application over the Kubernetes or a pod. Then we will go for the AWS. So for the AWS, we will go for the launch services, which is RDS. This is the relational database, and as you know that WordPress need database as well. So we will make a connectivity of WordPress application to RDS. So that's the main reason to make a connectivity between the local to cloud. As you know, this is a public cloud. So once the RDS is launched, we will make the connectivity of this to RDS, and all these things we will do all these things. This thing we will do with the help of Terraform. So Terraform is a tool, you can say, which help to build the infra infra to in our on a cloud or local system, you can say, like Minikube. We will go for the installation. So let's go first for the Minikube installation. So for the Minikube installation, we will do Minikube installation Minikube installation in our local system. In local system, you can use a Windows or it may be a Linux. So I prefer Linux. So you can install it very easily by the help of my YouTube video. You can go and check out the I did the on Windows. So I made the video on Windows, so how to install the Minikube for the Windows. So it's a very easy one for the Linux as well. So you can just follow the step with instead of Windows, you can go for the Minikube. So let me show you in my local system. It's on my Linux server. So here I have already installed the Minikube, and it's running fine. And after that we will go for the launch the application. Before go, we will make a connectivity for the AWS from our local system, for our AWS from a local system to AWS. So how to make this connectivity? For this you have to go for the AWS site and then create a IAM user and give the power permission. Once you give the power permission and submitted the to configure or to submit the IAM user configuration completed. So you have download the access key and access ID and access key. So you will got a Excel file. So I have already one. So how to make a connectivity from your local system, to cloud, which is AWS. So this key, this user ID will help you to launch to make a connectivity over the AWS. So before that, AWS, you have to download AWS CLI software, which is very commonly available on AWS side. You can download it. It's a exe file, so you can download it for the Windows or Mac or Linux. So I have done with Linux. So I have already download this key. In Linux you found it in a zip format, and in Windows you found it in exe file. So you can just double click it and just run it. So after the unzip and follow the step of website, which is very quite easy. So you can just check the AWS ---- version. So once you hit enter, your connection will be made by easily. So after that, check it's a AWS is running locally right now. It's not connected your cloud infra. It's not connected yet. So how to make a connectivity? So for that you have to go and create a profile, AWS profile. Once you configure a profile over there, you will be asked access key or ID, which is we have already got it, this one. So you can just put this thing in your profile and hit enter and press your access key and or ID key. So it will be very easy to configure. Once you done it, then you can go and launch anything on AWS from your local to cloud. So it will be very easy for us. So this thing will be done. I have already configured it, but I am just giving you idea how to make a connectivity from your local PC to your cloud. So now we have already I choose the system of Linux, so that's why I have just given you idea. So let me show you my AWS connectivity. So AWS, just I just help enter the help, maybe it work, minus help, it will maybe. So it's working fine. My command is right now it's available, you can see, and my connection is already so AWS, you can AWS configure list of profile, I believe, list profile. This is the profiles, right name. So here I have only one, which is the default one. So I have saved my my ID key and access key in my default setting. So now we have done this setup. We have created Minikube already installed, then AWS. Now we will go for the Terraform. So one is the last one, the Terraform. So Terraform is a tool, actually you can use and download it very easily. So let me show you. Terraform download. So here is the Terraform download link. So I have just downloaded for my Linux system. So let me show you my Terraform is working or not. It's Terraform, and then I got help. I believe it will be work. So it's working. These commands will come up. So it's mean your Terraform tool is working. Now you have to write the code of for your task, which is which is the to launch the app deployment of WordPress, and then go make a connectivity of RDS. We will do this thing via Terraform. So launching the app we will do with the Terraform. So it's also we can do it. So let me show you. I have already created this code, and I will let you know why one by one to what is the. So now first of all we have to, in Terraform you have to, let me print this. Let me go with pen and tell you. Yes. So this is uh, mm, hmm. So this is the provider. This is the provider, and I have in provider I have tell that this is the AWS, and my profile name is in my local system is default, so you can access this thing. And region, when whatever I will be launch, it will be launch in US East 1. So this is the profile we have to tell in Terraform. So that's why we have created the profile in our local system. After that you have to create a resource, because we need a DB instance, which is RDS, which is a relational database I have told you. So we are creating a DB instance here, and then the DB instance name would be FayazDB, you can say. And I have set these parameters in resources. I need the 20 GB, like said, my engine would be MySQL, and version is this. So my name of DB is DB, also created when my a DB instance is create. So then username of my DB and password. So these are the things, the ports and snapshots. So it will be create this thing created on AWS. So this is my one code. So this is it's end up here. In next one, in next this one, it's created my resource in my local system. In my local system. So this is the deployment. In deployment we have multiple controllers, you can say, replicas we can use it here. Labels we are using here. So these things will be come up when you are going to be more deep dive in the Kubernetes. So I have going for the deployment, because deployment have multiple features instead of launching a one pod. Because if one pod is down, so no one can reconfigure or recreate it. But when you launch a pod on deployment but uh, and your pod goes down, so your deployment will relaunch it automatically. It will monitoring this thing, monitor that this pod is running or not. Once it goes down, it will relaunch. So this is the main feature of, you can say, other features are also over there, but here I am just explaining you main feature why you are using. It's the name of my deployment in the scalable or label. What is the label? There is a very core thing we are using here for the labeling. Main concept come up. So here is the one replica. So one replica means one instance, one pod. If my replica is 2, It means my two instance will be created, my two pod will be created. So same, as per your need you can change it here. I am just using one. So this is the my uh, selector, or selector will be my match label with the app, and app will be same. So this is the little bit idea of this thing. And then we can go for the down. You can see it here. Uh, let me copy it, so it will be very easy for us. So here we have some another you can say another parameters come up here. This is a specification, what image you will be used in your code. So I am using WordPress code. Then this is my container. The container contain image and the name. So I am just writing here a container image, and on which port your container will be run. So I am just giving 80 port HTTP, because I am launching WordPress. So then resource limited, it's depend upon you whether you are using or not. So I am just writing here to in order to check the when I am going just testing this thing. So this is the CPU and memory will be consumed, and request for this whenever the uh, things will be needed. So after that my deployment code is completed here, and after that I will go for the Kubernetes services. What is this? It's a services is called as SVC, Kubernetes services, which means to launch anything or buy services. You can one of the example is expose your container. So my application is running on 80, but no, it's right now it's locally running. But when I use the SVC, so it means I am going to expose my code over the internet. Once my code is exposed over the internet, then it can access by anyone. Anyone means client. Any client can be used this services. So this is the main reason we have to create the services. So my services name is WordPress, and then I am going to select the selector. Which services it will be select from my this parameter, Kubernetes deployment WordPress. So I have already created this thing, then specify the template I have already created in my above code, and then go for the labels matches. Then the port we are using here port is 80, and targeted port is again 80, because we expose, or we have launch our port on port 80. So this is the targeted port, and this is the port 80. Whenever the client hit the services, then it will go on 80 port on my port, which is running on my deployment. Okay, then we have another concept of here is the type. This is the another thing in Kubernetes, which are very useful, and in nowadays we have multiple type here. This is a node pod here, then we have cluster, then we have load balancing IP, and one more is I'm not remember right now, just forget. So we are using here is the node pod means whenever your pod is launched on public IP, you will be got a one port, port number, any port number. So your node port will be your public in attached with your public IP. Let's suppose I'm just writing here HTTPD 192 192.168.1.1. Let's suppose is my port IP, and for accessing this port over the internet you can use this port. It's a just example. So 2343 is the node port. So we can access my port over the internet with this node port concept. So this is the high level idea about from node port and all the configuration. Let me go for the practical as well now. So I'm just writing here these things, and after that it will be launch, or it will be get you can change it here. It's mean you can if you don't you have to write it here, the my Kubernetes will be launched from AWS or in a local system. So I am not writing nothing here, so it's mean it will be launched locally. So if you want to be launched over the internet, means AWS or another server which is on cloud, so you have to define here the parameters. So where is your okay, your Kubernetes cluster? So let me just Terraform, and we have to validate it first of all. So just validate my code. Once it's validated, let me show you my AWS console, and after that I will show you where RDS is launched over there right now or not. So I am right now in Virginia, US East 1, and then I'm going to just click the RDS, and now my code is successfully run. It's mean its code is written right correctly. So let me show you any port is running or not. So just I'm just kubectl get ports, and let me show you get all if anything things is running or not. Right now is nothing, no port is running. So let's show you the DB instance. There is no DB, you can see it here. Right now I'm going to launch my code. So Terraform and apply is the command to launch your code over the cloud, over the local system. So it will be run within few minutes, and it will take little bit time because we are making a cluster or making a cubes, launching a Kubernetes pods with the deployment, and then we will go for the RDS. So it's asking yes. I'm just hit the writing yes. You can see that it automatically define it here. You can see all the things which you have. Now the AWS instance is created. Let's see it's creating or not. Let me refresh it from my database. You can see, creating. It's creating now. You can see the Terraform and this creating. So my Kubernetes deployment still is creating right now. My code is running. The Kubernetes service is also running. Secrets and option, RDS, limits, disk space. You can see the scalable. All the things are run by Terraform. Automatically it will be catch all the things and deploy over the local system or cloud. So it will take time because RDS is launching. It means the database instance is creating over the AWS. You can see the power of Terraform. We are on using a local system. Right now I'm using my cloud machine, but you can do it with your CMD command. So it's a very powerful one. Mostly companies are using for doing to build the infra over the cloud, over the local system. From the local system, you don't need to be go over the console of AWS and doing this click and click. And if you love to do programming or to love to learn new things, so you have to go for this thing. So right now the code have been completed, as all the things have been added. Let's see the AWS. Yes, it's available on AWS. My RDS have been launched. so you can see these things over here. So let's check the application, which is the WordPress. So let's see the ports is running, which is the scalable, and it's running now. Let's see the deployment, any uh, deployment. So it's deployment scales, one and one available, desire is one, current is one, and ready is one. So after that, my services have been launched, which is the node port. This is the node port, and on 80 you can use this port. I have already told you that you can add a one port which to access your application. So let me copy this, and my system IP right now it's 29. So let me see it's launching or not. So I'm just putting the port here. So let's see, and just hit the enter. So you can see the WordPress is have been launched here. So just click on next, and let's go. And here my DB name, I have already created my DB name in my code. You can see the code. So my DB name is this is my DB name. My DB name is my DB, and my username is, I believe, KK. This is the username, and my password is this. So I'm just hit the password here. So here is the database host. So we have launched the database over the AWS. So we have to copy the endpoint name. This is the endpoint name of database. So just copy it and hit the button of submit. So my AWS have been successfully completed. Now run the installation. This means you will be asked by some more things in via WordPress. So you have to put it, and then you have to successfully launch your WordPress with the connectivity of AWS RDS. So it will take some time. So now it's asking you some sites, so you have to just test.com, and the username is admin. I'm just hiding this thing. So email ID, I've just write in here my email ID, and then install the, it's a test, I believe test.com. It may, you can just write the your site name, which will be launched on WordPress. So it will be launched very soon, at a little bit take time. So it's now repaired to database. I believe I have did some wrong in my site name, so that's why it's creating a problem. So let's see. So my dashboard is come up with the test.com. I just log in the WordPress panel. So this is the my WordPress site have been launched on Kubernetes with the help of database of RDS, which is AWS, and all these things we have done with the one and only Terraform. So I hope you are like this video, and if you have any confusion to installation of Terraform, Minikube, and AWS CLI, so you can contact me, or feel free to ask me to any query for this practical. And I hope you are enjoying this practical. If you have any query, so you can ask me. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you like it. Bye.